Well, it's summertime on Camp Pendleton, so we've headed out to Del Mar Beach.
Stay tuned, the Pendleton Journal's next.
From Camp Pendleton, California, home of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, this is the Pendleton Journal.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Pendleton Journal. I'm Corporal Jennifer Valliere.
And I'm Corporal William Skelton. We're out here at Del Mar Beach, where the parking lot seems pretty empty.
But not so long ago, Camp Pendleton patrons came to the beach to celebrate our nation's birthday.
And Corporal Mark Sixby was there.
Thousands of Marines, sailors, and their families gathered at Camp Pendleton's Del Mar Beach for the annual 4th of July Beach Bash. There was plenty to do to celebrate America's independence. Many beachgoers just hung out, some threw horseshoes, and others took to the water to enjoy the California surf. Dozens of kids duked it out like American gladiators inside the inflatable joust ring. We took a walk through the crowds to ask Marines what they thought of the new car giveaway.
They're giving away a Mustang?
They're giving away a Mustang.
Yeah, we need to go sign up for that.
What do you think of that Mustang?
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. I'm pretty sure I'm going to win. I slipped a guy at 20. I'm pretty sure we're going to win it.
I entered twice, so my chances are better.
These kids took it upon themselves to make their own Volkswagen they called Herbie. When day turned into night, crowds gathered as the MC announced the winner.
Mandy Brannon.
This lucky Marine spouse has some good news for her husband.
I'm really in shock. I'm excited, and I can't wait to let my husband know since he's deployed.
Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby.
As I get ready to go hit the beach, check out the day I spent with country music singer Neil McCoy, as he was here to show his support to the troops. With CDs and t-shirts in hand, Marines, sailors, and civilians got goggled with country music singer Neil McCoy at Mainside. To promote his new single, Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On, Neil McCoy is out all over the U.S. shaking hands and signing autographs.
You know, get involved with KSON. We've been fortunate enough they're playing our music out here, and you know, got our new record on our new song on the radio, and it's a big deal. And y'all got such great weather. I come out here to do anything, especially say hello to troops.
Promoting a song is important, but so is supporting the people who put the song on the charts. With many USO trips under his belt, McCoy wants the troops to know that he and the rest of the U.S. support them in their efforts.
Man, it's great. You know, I've been fortunate enough. I've been on a bunch of USO tours, entertaining a bunch of you guys and a lot of troops all over the world, and been to Iraq a few times, Afghanistan, and it's great to see you guys anywhere, man. I'm a big supporter of our troops, and where we can do that, if it's overseas or here in the States, where we can go, it's great.
Neil McCoy's new song is being played locally on KSON and will be heard across the country within the coming months. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal William Skelton.
Corporal Skelton's sure taking a long time to change. One thing that's changing fast is roles some Marines find themselves in when they deploy to Iraq.
Hey, come on, let's go. What are you waiting for?
To adapt to the changing mission in Iraq, the Marine Corps has updated its artillery training capabilities on Camp Pendleton by adding something new to the mix, a fixed-position artillery gun pit. The training the Marines are getting right now with fixed-position artillery is very similar to what they'll be doing when they redeploy to Iraq. Traditionally, the Marines train by constantly moving their guns to simulate an offensive mission. But now, artillery primarily plays a defensive role in the war on terror.
Right now we're preparing to go sit somewhere static for a long period of time, somewhere that's fortified but still efficient, where we can still do our mission.
And when they get the call, the Marines spring into action, launching 155mm high explosive rounds with their M198 howitzers. Since there is no written doctrine for building fixed gun pits, it was up to the engineers of Headquarters Battery 11th Marines to create one.
They just gave us basic dimensions, materials to work with, and we just pretty much figured it out along the way.
The engineers were on hand for the inaugural firing day of the 6-gun, $100,000 site to see what improvements they can make in the future and pass on what they learn.
Hopefully we can adapt something in writing showing how to specifically build permanent gun positions for artillery and get it in writing so that way we can get blueprints and construction planning so the Marines can fire out of this more effectively.
The site is now a permanent part of the Marine artillery training on Camp Pendleton. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby.
I'm Lance Corporal Renee Kruzmark with this month's trivia question. As Marines, we know the Marine Corps was founded November 10, 1775. But do you know what year the Marine Corps Reserve was founded? Was it A, 1780, B, 1916, C, 1826, or D, 1875? We'll have the answer after the break.
You're watching the Pendleton Journal. Hoorah!
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle. The circle that helps this circle by recycling trash. We sort glass, plastic, separate cans, stack newspapers and magazines. Now, thanks to us, there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. This cereal box wants your Sunday paper. These paper clips, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. The circle works like this. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from or packaged in recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. It looks like this. Make a mental note. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
Yeah. That's it.
To be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Welcome back. For this edition's trivia question, we are asking what year was the Marine Corps Reserve established? The answer is B, 1916. The United States Marine Corps Reserve was established on August 29, 1916, and is responsible for providing trained units and qualified individuals to be mobilized for active duty in time of war, national emergency, or contingency operations, and provide personnel and operational tempo relief for active component forces in peacetime. The Marine Reserve Team possesses capabilities across the full spectrum of military operations, from humanitarian assistance and disaster relief support to the most potent combat forces in the world. And to this day, the Marine Corps Reserve plays a vital role in combating the war on terror. And that's this month's trivia question. I'm Lance Corporal Renee Kruzmark.
We're out here at Del Mar Beach where people come to enjoy the sun, sand, and surf.
Camp Pendleton's 15 miles of raw coastline is not only used for recreation, though. It's also home to cutting-edge developments and amphibious warfare.
Recently, the Marines of the Amphibious Vehicle Test Branch conducted a unique type of test on the vehicle that is expected to be the Corps' new way from the ship to the shore, the Expeditionary Fighting Vehicle.
We weren't conducting automotive or engineering testing. We were actually conducting what's called a user jury. What we did is we asked the Fleet Marines, Infantry, 03 types to come down and basically essentially take a look at the product, what we've got for them.
It's a perfect job for a Marine infantryman. Complain. We all know how to do that. Any Marine can be like, oh, this is wrong with this gear and that gear. And here's our chance to actually complain about something, and they're loving it.
During this instance, their gripes and complaints were not in vain.
Then we're going to take their comments, take it back to the engineers, say, hey, you need to readjust and make this happen. We need to make these changes because bottom line, the infantry Marines are the customer, and that's who we need to design the vehicle for.
During the one-week evolution, the infantry Marines evaluated the vehicle on its performance in the water and on land as they spent extended periods of time locked in its belly. The grunts also executed entry and exit drills which were timed for data. At the end of each day, Marines filled out questionnaires and offered suggestions to the vehicle's civilian team of engineers on comfort issues and seating setup inside the track. Overall, the Marines were impressed by the EFV's capabilities.
You got a lot better high speed, 24 knots is unbelievable for an armored vehicle on water. Gets us to the shore a lot faster, keeps the enemy from being able to shoot at us. Then you got that big stinking turret up there, 30mm cannon.
It's pretty smooth no matter what it's doing. Even when it's turning on the land or in the water, it's really smooth.
Many of the Marines were excited to be involved in the process and understood the importance of their input.
I think it's awesome. I feel honored that I'm able to come out and give my input right around, get a chance to see what it's like at the beginning, learning how they do the testing and what kind of process they do. It helps us out later on, and I know it makes the guys down the road more comfortable.
This vehicle is so important, and future Marines are going to be using this for years to come. What we do with this now, what we're able to improve on this vehicle will be part of Marine Corps history.
Testing with the EFV is ongoing, and although its development is nearing its final stages, it is not expected to hit the fleet until the year 2010. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Jan Bender.
One of the Corps' more well-known celebrities recently found his way back to Camp Pendleton.
Corporal Mark Sixby got to spend a day with Full Metal Jacket senior drill instructor.
Film actor Arlie Ermey and his camera crew recently paid a visit to Camp Pendleton's School of Infantry to shoot the next episode of the popular TV show, Mail Call. They watched and filmed as Marines trained to become Green Belt instructors in the Marine Corps Martial Arts program at Camp Hornet. Ermey says the reason for martial arts training is quite clear.
The preferred method is a nice 5.56 rounded about 150 yards. Nice and clean. However, if you're out of ammo and you're on the battlefield and the bad guys keep coming, what the heck are you going to do?
Although he was medically discharged as a staff sergeant over 30 years ago, Ermey says he never left the Marine Corps, working tirelessly to motivate Marines and raise money for Corps-affiliated charities like Toys for Tots.
I got retired in 1971, but I just basically kept showing up for work, and the Marine Corps finally said, well, he's here with us and he's going to stay. It's pretty obvious, so we might as well accept him.
He looks at Mail Call as a recruiting tool for the Corps and for the military in general.
Everything we do shows the public exactly what the weapons are that we get to play with, the toys, the tanks, the mortars, the artillery, the saws, you name it, and it interests them.
The new episode of Mail Call is scheduled to air on the History Channel sometime this September. For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby.
Hi, I'm Corporal Jan Bender with this month's Pendleton Points. Recently, the Marines of 1st Truck Company, 1st Marine Division, were the first to lay eyes on an American hot rod. As Boyd Coddington and the rest of the cast from the Discovery Channel's hit series, American Hot Rod, debuted their latest creation in the company's motor pool lot. Although the custom 1959 Chevrolet Impala and the similarly styled Harley-Davidson motorcycle were the main attraction that day, the Marines of Truck Company got a chance to flex a little of their muscle as they showed Coddington's crew of gearheads and car junkies their 7 tons, Humvees, crew-served weapons, and held a push-up competition. Much of the day's excitement was aired on an episode of American Hot Rod that aired last month. The Marine Corps' most highly decorated regiment held a change of command ceremony July 8th on Camp Pendleton's 62 area parade deck. The 5th Marine Regiment's commanding officer, Colonel R. Stuart Navarra, relinquished his command to Colonel Lawrence D. Nicholson during an official ceremony in front of the non-deployed Marines of the regiment, along with family and friends. Since Navarro's command began in May 2003, the Marines of his regiment, 1st Battalion 5th Marines, 2nd Battalion 5th Marines, 3rd Battalion 5th Marines, and 2nd Battalion 4th Marines have been engaged in costly battles throughout Iraq, in such places as Fallujah and Ramadi. Nicholson was enthusiastic about what the future holds for the Fighting 5th, and was honored as Navarro handed off his French Fourragère to the new commander. The French government awarded the regiment with the Fourragère after actions taken in World War I. The 5th and 6th Marine Regiments are the only units who rate to wear the Fourragère. To kick off the summer months, 1MEF's command issued a safety brief that got the Marines involved. To break up the monotony of the average safety message, 1MEF's commanding general and sergeant major, Lieutenant General Sadler and Sergeant Major Kent, presented the reality of drunk driving in a way Marines could remember. After a few minutes of the seemingly standard brief, the Marines put on goggles that simulated the effects of intoxication. The Marines then attempted to drive on a closed course to show that driving under the influence can be just as deadly as rounds fired by the enemy. And that's this month's Pendleton Points. I'm Corporal Jan Bender.
As I introduce Corporal Scout into the Pacific, you're going to go with Corporal Randy Bernard as he patrols Camp Pendleton, picking the minds of combat veterans.
The gear that Marines bring to the front lines can often mean the difference between life or death, or just make a cold night a little more bearable. I'm going to go find out what gear vets grew attached to out in the field. Let's go track them down.
I'd have to say probably Wiley X's. Pretty handy on convoys.
Why is that?
They're easy, you know, just throw them on, good to go. I mean, a lot of the goggles get knocked off the top of the helmets and everything, but the Wiley X's, you can just throw them on, they're right there.
I still like the old field jacket liner. I mean, they're out of service now, but I still carry mine. So.
Any reason in particular that you're bringing with you, sir?
Yeah, you can stick it under a shirt, you can stick it over the shirt, you can stick it, use it as a pillow. I just like the old field jacket liner. So.
Probably be my camo pack.
Why is that?
Because you're always thirsty down there. You always have something to drink instead of carrying a water bottle. You always got your camo pack on you.
Say a Viper, which is rangefinder with the plugger. You get 10-digit grids for what you're looking at before you go get it. Go kill it.
My favorite piece of gear in Iraq was the camera because I could take pictures with it and I can email them home to my family and let them know what I'm doing.
My PlayStation. My PlayStation and Madden. That's all you need.
My favorite gear was my flak and Kevlar. Yeah. Protect you from the IEDs. That's the one that saved you. And my M16.
I'd have to say my laptop. See, my laptop was killed a lot of hours in the hot sun.
My practice pad for my drum kit. That was something to keep my chops up, keep playing fast, so I could come back and just hop back onto a kit and roll with it.
My CDs and my CD player. Wouldn't have made it without them. Gotta have music, man.
A good knife. Bought a SOG Desert Dagger. It was good all around. It helped with, you know, if you had to cut anything, or it worked with the MREs, cutting 550, you know, whatever you need. I think that and the Gator Neck are the best things to go with.
You are watching the Pendleton Journal. Hoorah, none finer.
My name is Sergeant August, and I'm a traffic accident investigator on Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. I'm here to remind you that Marine Corps Order 5100.19 Echo prohibits the use of handheld cell phones while driving on base. This order applies to anybody that operates a motor vehicle. If you have to talk, either pull over to the side of the road or use a hands-free device. Nobody wants to spend a Saturday at a remedial driver's course over something this simple. So keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. Semper Fi.
Just close my eyes and I'm with you, and all that I so wanna give you, it's only a
You don't have to be a hero to be a hero. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
And it's a beautiful day out here at Delmar Beach.
Just a few miles down the road, Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth takes us to another off-base Marine stomping ground.
It's a small beach town 35 miles north of San Diego, and it's known for its surfing culture, but it's better known for its close proximity to Camp Pendleton. Ask someone from Oceanside and they'll tell you it's much more than a military town filled with pizza parlors, barbershops, and dry cleaners.
We're unique. We're different. We're a beach community. The folks here are, in very, very, very many ways, a city with a population of 180,000. We're a small town.
And yet, for a small town, they've proved to have a big heart and an enduring affection for the 35,000 Marines and sailors stationed at Camp Pendleton. One of Oceanside's landmark military shops, Dorothy's, has been cheering them on for more than 50 years.
I look at it more than a job, basically, because I've been doing this all my life. If I could do it, I'd do it for free. And I would still do it. I'd still work the hours that I do just because of the Marine Corps. They're trained to do the job, and they're the best there is, so they send them in there to get the job done. And unfortunately, we suffered a lot of casualties.
Camp Pendleton has suffered more deaths and injuries from the war in Iraq than any other geographic region in the country.
We really understand the value to our nation, what Camp Pendleton signifies and what the Marines mean to us.
You know, you look at it in a couple different ways. It's tragic for the families that have lost their loved ones in war. But then you look at it that they're over there because they're the best that there is.
The people in Oceanside are really patriotic, and they support our Marines regardless of their personal opinions on the policies that the country's following, and they've really been able to make that distinction.
It's home away from home for most Marines and sailors aboard Camp Pendleton. Some consider it an endless summer here in Oceanside because of the best beaches and best waves of all of California are right here in Oceanside, where surfing is a way of life.
Well, you know, Marines surf too, and if they don't surf, they come in here and they're intensely curious about surfing because no matter where they come from, Nebraska or Illinois, they see the surfers out in the water. They're certainly very physically oriented, strong young men, athletic in many cases, and they want to try this new sport. I've seen nothing but wonderful support for our young service people here in town.
The Oceanside Chamber of Commerce sponsors events like the Golf with a Hero Golf Tournament and Operation Appreciation, a day at the Oceanside Pier exclusively for military members and their families. They also spearheaded the Defenders of Freedom Parade in October 2003.
We are watching what is probably the largest single event that this city has staged in many, many years.
The parade drew nationwide attention because an estimated 100,000 people turned out on Coast Highway to cheer on our hometown heroes. Oceanside's wonderful year-round climate also makes this a great place to vacation.
They're intertwined. I mean, it's not Oceanside and Camp Pendleton, it's the whole area. It's just, you just can't picture Oceanside without Camp Pendleton. It's like bread and butter. They go together.
For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Staff Sergeant Amy Forsyth.
Hi, I'm Lance Corporal Joseph DiGirolamo with this month's Sporting Action. I'm here at the 33 area gym where Corporal William Skellen takes us ringside to show us a few new additions to the base's boxing team.
With fists flying, Marines and sailors from Camp Pendleton fiercely fought for a spot on the base's boxing team. Staff Sergeant Anthony Gonzalez eagerly stood by as over 75 potential boxers showcased their abilities.
I saw a lot of people going for knockouts. I saw a lot of tough man contests going on, blood, knockouts, but the thing is that there was a lot of them as well that had skills.
The tournament started last month with the semifinals, and most of the contenders would fight in more than one bout before the weekend would be over.
As far as the overall team, it was good competitiveness in those weight classes, and the guys that won in each weight class, they really deserved the win and to earn a spot on the team because they really had to fight 4 times in order to be a champion in their respective weight classes.
The second day's finals forced the boxers to give their all. Their positions on the team depended upon a win or a loss. The winners earned a spot, and the losers went home packing.
I actually came here to prove myself, and I made it, and so we're pretty happy about that.
When the gloves were off and the fights were finished, Staff Sergeant Anthony Gonzalez filled 9 positions on the team. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal William Skelton.
Man, those were some nasty knockouts. Now I'm going to take you down to Delmar Beach to show you a sport with a little less contact. The sun was high, the sand was hot, and for a few Marines on Camp Pendleton, the day wasn't so much about tap, rack, bang, as it was bump, set, spike. Marine Corps Community Services hosted the annual 2-person beach volleyball tournament at Delmar Beach, June 29th. With non-stop teamwork action and 900 square feet of blistering hot sand to cover, this tournament holds its own as one of the more challenging events in the CG's Cup Series.
You're involved in a play every time the ball crosses the net. Where a 6-man, you can take a couple of plays off maybe and let your other teammates take care of business. But in 2-man, you're touching the ball every time.
First team to 21 points wins the match. At the end of all regular play, the top-ranked teams move on to compete in the single elimination tournament to determine who takes home the gold. Cup winners, Team Mike and Shane, came to the beach with a simple approach to victory.
Just wanted to play smart, keep the ball in, and make them beat us. Don't beat ourselves.
This win marks their 3rd straight title in a row.
Well, we're going to Iraq, coming back, and next year, see if we can make it 4.
Reporting the latest sporting action for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Lance Corporal Joseph DiGirolamo.
Well, that's all the time we have for this show. Thanks for watching.
And remember, stay tuned to the Pendleton Journal. It's news and information you can't get anywhere else.
We'll see you next time.
Semper Fi, Marines. Time here at Camp Pendleton, so we...
With a little less contact. Sport with a little less contact. That makes sense.
For recreation, though.
Cold.
Hey, big boy, heading our way?
Man, those were some nasty knockouts.
Senior drill. Senior drill instructor.
Ready?
Can I do that?
I looked ridiculous tonight. Sorry.
It's news and information you can't get anywhere else.
See you next time.